Wish you all a very good evening. Today I'm going to read a small portion from my book Rose Garden International. This is the second book in the Bansal Legacy series. This series is built around 5-star hotels. The first book is set in Mumbai. The second one, the Rose Garden International, is set in Ooty, which is in Tamil Nadu, and the third book is set in Udaipur. Now I have this book, I have a sample piece here which is in paperback, but the book today is available only on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. It is soon to come out in paperback, I think probably the first quarter of 2022. And to give you a brief introduction, the story is about Riya Bansal. She is the second of the Bansal siblings, and she is very keen to prove herself to herself more than anybody else in the world. And she sets up her own 5-star hotel in a place called in Ooty, in a very beautiful property which reeks of heritage. And Jamie is from Australia. He comes in search of his roots, you can say, to some point, because his grandparents used to live in Ooty before India's independence. Of course, they had not lived for a very long time, but his grandmother had really loved the place, and she has told him a lot about it. And he is very curious to find out how the place is. And he happens to stay at Rose Garden International, which belongs to Riya. And now here, I'm talking about a little passage about the relationship between Jamie and Riya. Riya felt her shoulders tingle in reaction to his touch, goosebumps dancing all over her skin even as blood rushed to her cheeks. "Hey," she said in a choked whisper, looking up at him. Without being aware of what she was doing, she stepped on Jamie's feet, her hands on his muscular shoulders, to reach out and brush her lips against his, a small sigh escaping inadvertently from her chest. Jamie's breath caught in his throat when he felt the touch of her lips, soft like a butterfly's wings against his mouth. He raised a hand to cup her cheek, holding her steady as he pressed his lips to hers in a soft kiss. Raising his head, he looked down at her face, her eyes shut tightly, long curling eyelashes brushing against her blushing cheeks. He let go of her with reluctance, saying, "Race you to the other end," before swimming away fast. A startled Riya opened her eyes to see him already halfway down the pool and called out, "That's cheating. I wasn't ready. Let's start again." They did 20 laps up and down the pool, giving stiff competition to each other. Though he was taller than her, Jamie had to admit that she was tenacious and an extremely strong swimmer. He grinned to himself. She was sure was competitive and meant to win. "I concede defeat. You won 12 times, while I got there first only 8 times. He winked at her. Riya gave him a wide smile and declared, "You aren't a bad swimmer." Jamie burst out laughing, and they called him a swimming champ back home. They got out by mutual consent and went their separate ways to the changing rooms before meeting once again near the pool. "What, you're on holiday?" asked Jamie, eyeing her casual clothes. "I start at 10 today. I'm planning to have a huge breakfast. Want to join me?" She looked at him with a dark gaze, admiring what she saw. He was wearing jeans and a full t-shirt of teal blue that had a hood. His dark blonde locks were brushed back neatly away from his broad forehead. The dark gold fuzz on his cheeks underlined his masculinity, while his jade green eyes sparkled with life. "Would love to. What were you thinking of having?" "Have you tasted a typical South Indian breakfast? Idli, vada, dosa, and the whole works?" Jamie thought of his meals over the past few days and said, "I don't think so." "Is it vegetarian?" "I had only non-veg meals except for the lunch I had at Kunnoor." "Yeah, it's vegetarian. You're in for a treat then. Come on, let's go." She tucked her hand into the crook of his elbow and walked out of the building towards Bugatti, the coffee shop that served both South Indian as well as continental fare around the clock. There was a lavish breakfast buffet spread set against 2 adjacent walls with no less than 40 items. They took 2 plates and walked around. Jamie piled his plate with every item she pointed at. I'm hungry enough to eat a horse. That was a tough race you gave me at the pool. Ria laughed, sitting down on the chair he pulled out for her. Glad to know. She gestured to a waiter who walked over. Good morning, ma'am, sir, said Sriram, smiling at them. Good morning, Sriram. Could you bring us some filter coffee, please? Sure, ma'am, said Sriram, taking an about turn to get the coffee. I must say that the service is excellent, as is the food, said Jamie, tucking into his meal heartily. This is shaped like a donut and is deep fried too, he said, poking a piece of vada into his mouth. Yummy. It doesn't taste anything like a donut though. I like it. What's it made of? Black gram soaked over a few hours and ground to a pulp. It's shaped and deep fried to make crispy vada. You soak it in sambar, she demonstrated it to him, and eat it, or with any of these 3 chutneys. They add to the flavor. Jamie nodded, trying out the variety of chutneys. Delicious. They didn't talk much as they ate their way through 2 more helpings from the buffet before the restaurant got crowded with other guests. And where are you off today? Asked Ria. She walked towards the back entrance of the restaurant as it was closest to her home. House hunting. Huh? Her eyes went wide as she stopped to stare at him. You were serious about staying back in Ooty? For how long? Maybe a couple of months, he shrugged. Ria was secretly thrilled to hear that. Suddenly coming to a decision, she said, come along with me. Jamie went with her to her home. Ria opened the door and shut it the moment they got in from the cold. The house was warm and snug. She turned to him and said, since it's only for a couple of months, would you like to be a PG in my home? It's huge and only I live here. If you go searching outside, you might get fleeced as they come up with exorbitant rents for short stays. Jamie stepped forward to place his thumb against her lips, effectively stopping her from speaking further. You don't have to sell the idea to me. I am sold already. He grinned. It would be awesome if you could get PG accommodation in this palatial home that reeks of history. Ria stared at him, her lips tingling at his touch. She must be mad to invite him to spend 2 long months in her own, but then she would be a fool to let go of this opportunity to get to know better. And that is what I'm going to give you today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this piece from the Rose Garden International. I would love to know what you think about the book and also about this video. It will be wonderful if you can leave a comment under this link. Thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful day.